I would like to officially call to order the Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024 meeting of the Bolton Conservation Commission. And pursuant to the amendment of Bill H3548 and Governor Healy's signing of such amendment into law in March 2023, expressing certain provisions of the open meeting law, this public meeting of the Town of Bolton Conservation Commission is being conducted via remote participation. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but the public can access this meeting while in progress by Zoom Video Communications, Inc. Members of the public attending this meeting virtually will be allowed to make comments if they wish to do so during the portions of this hearing designated for public comment by telephone, cell phone, or personal computer using Zoom. And just a reminder for participants, please utilize the chat or raise hand function if you want to address the board. People will remain on mute until they've actually been addressed by the board, and participants are asked to display their first and last names. That expertly read, we will start by tradition with a roll call of present members. I am Brian Barabee.
Paul Brandwolf.
Jim Garrity.
Excellent. And first up this evening, the Bolton Conservation Commission will now continue the public hearing under Mass General Law, Chapter 131, Section 40, and the Bolton Bylaw, Chapter 233, to discuss a notice of intent filed for 137 Green Road. As open as a matter of for update. Myself and Jim were able to get out on a site visit to take a look. This was the driveway culvert replacement for our many fans at home who are watching, I have no doubt. Basically, we went out to inspect what they had marked as the limit of work and what they had considered stream bank. I don't think Jim or I had any questions with stream bank. It basically goes right up to the driveway, and they had marked it as such. They did mark out where their limit of work is. Again, most of this is going to be done upwardly from the driveway, and we could kind of see the flow of the stream, and we could definitely see the need for repairs were there or replacement. That said, we did hear from Dallas and Roy, and I know Lauren, I believe they reached out to you as well. They did get comments from DEP regarding the project and wanted a chance to respond in writing to those comments, which they have not had a chance to do so yet. So they asked if we could continue it for another 2 weeks. That said, I don't see a reason why we shouldn't continue. Does that make sense to Jim and Paul?
Yeah. Yes.
Any members of the public here tonight to comment on this particular hearing? Seeing any. And Lauren, do you have anything to add at this time?
No, I don't.
Okay.
So, but just so you know, we do have a 7 o'clock open for the next meeting.
That was indeed my next question. And the 16th?
The
Is-
16th.
Right? Okay.
Yep.
In that case, I'd like to make a motion that we continue the public hearing for 137 Green Road until our next public meeting, Tuesday, January 16th, 2024 at 7 o'clock p.m. Do I hear a second for continuing?
Second.
All right. All those in favor, starting with Paul,
Aye.
Jim,
Aye.
and Lauren, I'm an aye as well.
Thank you.
All right, and we have a few minutes before our second hearing. Oh, we could actually do the minutes real quickly. Did people have a chance to review the minutes from our December 19th meeting? If so, any edits, changes, corrections? If not, anybody need more time to read through the minutes?
No, that looked good.
Yeah, all set.
All right, I had no edits either. So that said, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the minutes for our December 19th, 2023 meeting as submitted at this evening's meeting. Do I hear a second for accepting minutes?
Second.
All those in favor, starting with Paul,
Aye.
Jim,
Aye.
and Lauren, I'm an aye as well. I know we also but we have down the continuing discussion regarding the removal of a metal tank from Bower Springs. Looked into it a little bit more, and basically from what I hear from a lot of people is that you might be best off not removing it, seeing the situation that it's in right now and where exactly it is. People also thought it might be something good for Rebecca to take a look at to see if it's maybe a seasonal thing where she might think, well, more of a wetland biologist to go in and take a look to see if it's a seasonal thing, if there's a good time or a bad time. And I know when Rebecca gets back, I know she's often at Bowers. I'd be curious to get her input if there's a good season or a good time, or if she thinks it should be done. But generally what I've heard is until somebody with more knowledge than myself takes a look at it, you're probably best off not removing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
So it might be one that I bug Rebecca with early when she gets back, because I have no doubt she'll go out to Bowers at some point just to do a walkthrough and see how it looks. And I might just bug her to take a look and start thinking about that too.
I'll make a note to talk to her about it when she gets back.
So we don't overload, don't want to send her screaming to the doors right away.
Yeah.
But a walk at Bowers is always appreciated. We have 2 minutes. So as far as the enforcement orders goes, I have no update on 100 East End Road. As far as I know, that is still moving towards compliance. And Century Mill Estates, again, I have no update. Lauren, I don't know if anything new or if you've heard anything.
I haven't heard anything.
Okay. Bylaws. I will say, and I was going to say, Lauren, I don't know if you had more for the wetland bylaw regulations this evening. I know we had it down to discuss too, and I know there were some open questions. I have not really taken a look at it over the holidays. I'm not sure if other commission members have had a chance to really look at it and have some input. If we want to spend some time on that this evening, I don't know, Lauren, if you have any updates on it.
So I know that Jim had gone through and kind of compiled all of the kind of open questions and comments that were redlined in there.
Yeah.
But we weren't sure if Rebecca had updates on those already, or if there were some things that were still in question, or if they were all set. So that was another thing we were thinking we should probably wait until Rebecca's back just to get more information from her, because she might know better than we do on some of those things.
I was going to say that's probably a good idea. And time-wise, do we think we're okay?
Yep.
That's my only. I didn't know if they needed something.
Yeah, and
I had it written in my other notes, but I think the deadline was late February. I don't have the official date right now.
That's triggering a bell that's what we had found last time or something. Yeah. Okay.
So there is some time.
Okay. And Jim, I again appreciate the work you did on it, and I just did not. I have not looked at anything in the last 2 weeks. Well, anything conservation wise. Okay. So, all right, that's probably one we'll kind of table until we actually have a chance to, yeah. All right. Oh, look at this, 7:10. Excuse me. So the Bolton Conservation Commission will now continue the public hearing under Mass General Law, Chapter 131, Section 40, and the Bolton Bylaw, Chapter 233, to discuss a notice of intent for 36 East End Road. If I'm remembering correctly, last time you guys had shown us the plans, Jim had actually gone out and done a site visit. I think we were comfortable with everything as it was proposed, but we were waiting to hear from DEP. Does this sound correct?
Yes,
Did we get a DEP file number?
we
Yes.
did. So I just got it via
Oh.
email about 20 minutes ago.
Okay. Well, could you actually let us know the file number? If you
Yes,
have it?
of course. Bear with me for just 1 second. It is C as in Charles, E like Edward, 112-0739.
Okay. Lauren, would they have sent one to us at the same time they sent one to the Gleasons?
I have
DEP?
not received anything.
It went to concom@townofbolton.com.
Okay, so that's Rebecca's email. So
Okay.
when I was in earlier, they hadn't sent anything. So, but I leave at 1 o'clock. So that's something.
Got
that-
it. Okay, that explains it.
Uh,
So I don't know, did they have any comments?
That
They
that was
did.
gonna be the question, yeah.
It says, filing fee $28 each to DEP and Bolton, which I believe we've already paid. Erosion controls should be installed prior to construction along the down gradient limit of work. Any soil excavated from the location of the proposed work should be removed from the property and not placed within the down gradient floodplain.
Okay. Lauren,
Mhm.
would you be able to quickly look in the Concom email?
I can't access that from my computer right now. I can only do
Okay.
that in the office.
Would
Alright.
you like me to, I can forward it to you from my personal email.
That
Oh,
would
that would be
be,
good.
yeah, that would be fantastic. And
Sure.
again, I just want to check, I think those comments, we can add those into everything, be fine. I just want to make sure that those are their comments and,
Of course. What's the best email for me to use?
um,
Do you want it sent to me, Brian, or is it better to go to you?
well, I don't think my town one is working
That's
yet.
right.
I am locked
Yep.
out of it.
Okay,
So-
yeah, you can forward it to me. It's landuseadmin@townofbolton.com.
Oh, I
And then
see.
Brian. And Brian, I can forward that to you and the other commission members too, once I get it.
That would be excellent.
I just hit send, so
Okay.
hopefully it'll go right through.
Sometimes it takes a minute. There we go.
So I would say while she's forwarding that around, generally speaking, when it comes to the erosion controls, that's one of the things that we add, that erosion controls are in place before work begins. So we would have normally have done that anyways. And as far as the soil excavation goes, I think you can understand what they're saying, and we would probably
Yes.
just add that in as well, that any soil excavated during the project be removed from site and not used to fill down gradient areas.
Of course.
If we're able to add those, let me put out to other commission members. Did other commission members have any outstanding comments or questions regarding this project? Do people remember it from last time?
Yeah, it's I'm fine with those comments. That should be good enough for
Okay.
me.
Looks good.
All right. And it doesn't look it, but let me just ask any members of the public here tonight to comment on this particular hearing. And again, not seeing any. And Lauren, were you able to forward? I don't know if you've received yet. or-
Yep, I forwarded it. I don't know if
Okay.
you all received it.
Yep. We got it.
Okay. Now, I know that, so it mentioned the additional filing fee. I'm not sure if that's in addition to what you've already paid. That's something I'm gonna have to look into tomorrow. I don't know if they're just saying that's. It looks like they're saying it was not included. So I'm gonna have to look into that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. It could just be that they didn't see it. That, we didn't send proof of it, and that's one of the things they check off.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, I think we can still probably close and issue, and that, yeah, we can still attach fees afterwards.
Okay.
All right. So, so I don't know if you guys had a chance. I just read through the email, saw the comments. Didn't have everybody comfortable with everything relatively? Any additional comments, questions, thoughts? All right. In that case, I'm gonna make a motion that we close the public hearing for 36 East End Road. Do I hear a second for closing?
Second,
All those in favor for closing, starting with Paul, Jim,
I,
and Lauren, I'm an I as well.
Mhm.
Want to make a motion that we issue an order of conditions for 36 East End Road as drafted and submitted with the following conditions, that the proposed erosion controls be in place before any of the rest of the construction or project begins. And then any soil excavated during the project be removed from the property and not used to fill any down gradient areas. Do I hear a second for issuing the order of conditions as proposed?
Second.
All right, all those in favor, starting with Paul,
Aye.
Jim,
Aye.
and Lauren, I'm an aye as well. So for the Gleasons, that should take care of it. We should be able to issue it. We technically
you.
need to sign
Great.
off on it, and I believe there's a 12-day waiting period, if I'm correct, Lauren.
There should be 21 daes
Of 20.
for conditions. Yep.
Yeah, there's a short waiting period if people want to appeal it, but I don't think you're going to run into that. And we should hopefully have everything signed and ready this week, is my guess.
Wonderful. Thank
Great.
you very much.
Thank you so
Happy
much.
New Year.
Yeah, yeah.
Happy New Year.
Guys. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I don't see anybody. I think it's just the four of us right now, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
I don't see anybody from the trust.
So I got an email
Go ahead.
from the administrator of
Yep.
the Bolton Conservation Trust, Ellie Vinaco. She had other plans tonight, so she wasn't able to make it. But she basically said that there are no changes being proposed from last year's camp. If you want, I can share my screen and pull up the list of everything that they want,
Yep.
that they're proposing
Please.
for the
Yeah.
camp. Okay. Um, Okay.
Great.
Can you see that okay?
I can, yes.
Okay. So it looks like move-in is in June. Kayaks are brought in the week before, and then the camp is from July 1st to August 9th.
Yeah, I'm just reading through it, and it's like they said. I think it's everything they normally request or require, what they're normally doing, and I know we already approved the sheds separately. I am fine. I would say normally we support it every year. I'm fine with it as they're proposing it. The members of the commission have comments, questions, thoughts?
Yep, looks good.
No, it looks good to me.
Okay. And see, nobody here from the public is here tonight to comment on this. All right. In that case, I'd like to call for a roll call vote to approve permission for the Bolton Conservation Trust to hold the Tom Denny Nature Camp at Bower Springs in 2024 as proposed via this email. All those in favor of approving or granting permission, please say aye, starting with Paul.
Aye.
All right, Jim
Aye.
and Lauren, I'm an aye as well.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Gosh, we might even start a record. I don't know that we have any updates on conservation land. I will say,
I don't have any.
I was gonna say, yeah, Forest Legacy Project, it's staying on there, but there's no real updates on that. It is fully funded. And just, I can say quickly on the Trails Connectivity Improvement Project, as part of that ish, the new trail that we had approved that goes behind the school, basically connects Berlin Road to properties we have down almost behind the lacrosse field. That was the Conservation Trust's New Year's Day hike, which I know they always get a big turnout for. And this year, my wife and I were able to participate, which is great. And once again, they it's probably about 40 people or so. They had a nice turnout. It was a beautiful day. But we had a chance to walk that trail as they've cut it in and showing where it will finally connect. And I think they did a great job on it. It came out really nice. Again, it gets us over to Berlin Road, which then, of course, in the future is the hope we can connect that in with other major trail systems we have. So I suppose I can give that update on that.
So that should be added to our list then. Is that right? Yeah.
For
On the agenda.
it probably should be. No, you're probably fine. With, I mean, I was just, that's the one that was already approved that they had basically now finished,
Okay. Okay, I see.
if that makes sense.
Yep.
Stewardship. I don't think we have anything else. Our volunteer learning steward position is still available. We still have three spots on the Conservation Commission available. And other than that, I don't think I have any other updates. Lauren, is there anything I missed?
I don't think so. I think we covered it all.
My goodness. Other commission members, any new business, anything else we haven't discussed that you would like to?
Nope.
I might have to write, what is it, 7:23? I think that's a new record, for goodness sakes. All right, in that case, I am going to make a motion that we hereby adjourn the Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024 meeting of the Bolton Conservation Commission. Do I hear a second for adjourning?
Second.
All those in favor, starting with Paul,
Aye.
Jim,
Aye.
and Lauren, I'm an aye as well. So,
Thank you.
yeah, Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Let's
Happy
do
New
this.
Year.
Yeah, this is a good standard to set for the 2024 meetings. Under half an hour. Great. But thank you all, and we'll see you in 2 weeks, if not before.
All right.
All right. See
Thank
you on the
you.
16th.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.